Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's good. It's time to get real. Are we ready? I think we are. So on Saturdays, what I like to do for you is kind of recap the week. And in the description of this video, you will see everything I'm about to talk about. I also think it's important that we ourselves recap our week and kind of evaluate what we did well, what needs work, what we got done, what we didn't get done. And so I went through and did that for my week, this past week, and I related each one of these things to one of our real topics, the relating, the eating, the achieving, and the loving. So for me, my successes for the week, I'm up to 44 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I had wanted 40 by Wednesday, didn't quite make that goal, but by Thursday and then today, which is Saturday, I have 44. So in my mind, check, goal reached. So I was very excited about that. That would be, for me, the A of real, the achieving. I finished reading my first book in forever. I haven't really committed to reading anything besides Facebook posts in years. And so that was a huge thing for me. And so I finished reading my first book and started my second. So that was a goal that I had set for myself to read one book a month. And I'm on my second one. So that check, that was relating to the A as well for achieving. I did 4 CrossFit style workouts and then about 25 miles of biking. I didn't know where to put that one, so I put it for E for eating, just because I think the eating encompasses all of our fitness goals. So I put that there. I celebrated my birthday without eating cake. So I think that was the first time in years that I actually did not eat cake on my birthday. I made this oatmeal concoction, and it had oatmeal, peanut butter, chocolate chips, a little bit of water to make the oats soft. I'm trying to think what else. Honey. It was sweet. I mean, it was delicious. And I just put that in the microwave and melted it all together. So that's what I had instead of cake. So for me, I put that success under E for eating and then L for loving myself, because I don't feel like I love myself very much when I stuff my face and then overdo it and then just feel like crappy the rest of the day. And then I have been super social for the last couple months. I am just saying yes to everything. You know, somebody says, you want to do this? Yep. You want to do this? Yep. You want to do that? Yep. And so I used to be kind of homebody, and now I'm just going out and doing everything. And so I had a couple lunches with some girlfriends, and I'm having a combo birthday party with some of my friends tonight, and I'm spending the day in Lexington with some friends tomorrow. So definitely been working on fostering good relationships and keeping connections. So that's something I typically struggled with in the past, and so I'm really excited that I'm putting some effort into that. So those are my successes for the week. Things to work on. Too much drinking. People, I drink way too much. I like alcohol, so I think I need to dial that back. My waistline is telling me I really need to dial that back. So that's something I'm going to work on for the E for eating. Definitely making better food choices. All these lunches out, they're not horrible. I'm not really overeating, but I'm definitely not making the best choices I could. I've eaten more buffalo chicken wraps in the past 2 months than I have in the past 10 years. I forgot how much I like those. So I definitely need to start making some better food choices. That's E for eating. Empathizing with other people's feelings. That's R for relating. You guys, I really suck at being compassionate. I mean, I have this very strong opinion about how I should live my life and how other people should live their lives. And I really need to remember that they might not be in the same place that I am. And I have to really empathize with their feelings and validate those feelings and just become more in touch with feelings in general. So that's something I need to work on for relationships. I need to figure out the next step of launching this podcast. I mean, right now I'm Facebook Living, and that's great. And I'm on YouTube. I figured that out. That's great. And I'm pretty happy with the way that's going. I love doing the content for this. I mean, that excites me every day. I just need to figure out how to make money at it now and what the next step is if I really want to be this podcaster. And so I need to investigate that and spend some time with that. So that would be A for achieving. If you have any ideas out there, let me know. And then my last one, things to work on this week. I got to stop worrying so much. I worry about some, big things, but little things too. I've just been worrying too much, things that I really can't control. And so I've been trying to focus on taking action when I worry, because that's the only way to alleviate that anxiety or that tension, is when I take action and do everything I can in order to fix the problem, or at least manage the problem. And once I do that, I find that my heart stops racing so much and I can just focus on other things. And so I put that under L for loving myself, because worrying really just takes a lot out of you. And so those are the things that I want to work on this week. I suggest you do that same thing too. We have these goals and we write them down, and we need to revisit to make sure that we are kind of keeping with the plan that we created with ourselves, making sure that the choices that we're making are aligning with the purpose. And if they're not, we just need to make some adjustments. So we don't want to get too far off track, and before we know it, we're completely lost and we have to reroute, and it takes, another 3 years or whatever. So those are the things I need to work on. I want you to do that same thing for yourself. Evaluate your week. What were your successes? What things do you need to work on? Which will help you set up your small goals, your short-term goals for next week. So do that. And then real life recap week 2. I like to recap what we've talked about in case you missed anything and something really interests you and you want to go back and watch one of the videos. So having a plan, that was Monday. Write it down, do your hardest thing first, and adapt if necessary. This was the week's most watched video, and I don't know if it's because it was the best or because it was on Monday. Everybody hits everything hard on Mondays when they're trying to change and improve and things like that. And so it had the most views this week. So maybe that's one. If you haven't seen it, you want to go back and watch that one. And if you've seen it, then maybe you want to rewatch it and share it with a friend. On Tuesday, we talked about vulnerability, which related to the R, or the relating of real. And just that was really about just don't be afraid to be the real you, and reminding you that true intimacy is achieved through vulnerability and believing that you're enough. You are enough the way you are right now in order to do that. So to stop selling yourself short, embrace who you are, and show it to other people. The ones who love it are going to stick around. They're going to stick with you, okay, and come back to you, okay? So that was, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was temptation. I related to the eating part of real, and reminded you that temptation is only a problem when you give into it. Everybody's going to be tempted, but it only becomes a problem when you give in. And you need to recognize the pattern of temptation and use the 6 steps that I outlined in that video in order to help manage it and overcome it. So wait a minute, let me write. That was Monday, that was Tuesday, it was Wednesday, and then Thursday we talked about achieving and making the most of your morning. So that related again to the A of achieving. Hey, become a morning person. I always said nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing worthwhile, typically. So everything good happens in the morning, I think. So make the most out of your morning. Successful people do more before most people ever get out of bed in the morning. So, and use the SAVERS, the SAVERS, that's an acronym that Hal Elrod outlined in his book, The Miracle Morning, which is the book that I started reading, and to set up every day for success. So if you're not a morning person now, even if you are, these are just things that can help you really get and achieve. Really make it true. I mean, we can say it, but really make it true, this real life that we're trying to achieve. And then Friday, which was yesterday, we talked about negative self-talk. That was my personal favorite video, because I think a lot of us do that way too often. We're way too hard on ourselves. We don't focus on anything positive. And so that was relating to the L, or loving yourself. I mean, how do we ever expect to change if we're constantly telling ourselves we can't do it? And you really want to talk to yourself like you would talk to somebody else. And if you say something to yourself, repeat it out loud as if you were saying it to a friend. And if it sounds ugly, stop saying it to yourself. okay? And then train yourself. Train yourself to think more positively and act more positively by having a default positive thought. So you cannot control your first thought. We've talked about that before. These negative thoughts are still going to pop up in your head, so you can't control that, but you can control the second thought you have. So have a default positive thought. You know, when you say to yourself, I'm fat, immediately say, no, I'm not fat. I have fat, but I am funny and I'm working on losing that fat, or whatever. Okay. Tomorrow or today we're doing the recap, and tomorrow, I don't know. It's going to be a surprise. I think Sundays are kind of going to be a more laid back day. I'm most likely going to go throughout my day and figure out what it is that I think would be the most valuable advice to you, and then come on at night and throw that at you in a real quick, short video. Not everybody likes these long 20-minute videos. So, and just a tip for that, throw in your AirPods or throw in your earbuds. Put this on your way to work. I ride my bike and listen to podcasts when you're doing laundry, making dinner, taking a shower, whatever. So just throw it on and, you know, see what you get out of it, okay? Today's action step would be to share your favorite real life video from this week or any of them with a friend, and then to subscribe to YouTube. And then also, if you have any suggestions or questions, or maybe interested in personal coaching with me, some personal time, something that is specific to you that we could work together on, shoot me an email. I'm at reallifedawn@gmail.com. I've put all of that, the YouTube link and my email, in the description of this video, okay? And, you know, reach out. I want to hear from you, even if it's just to say, hi, I really love what you're doing, but I think this could make it better. I had some great suggestions this week, and one of them was to clean up my use of the word and I'm really trying. I think so far I've said it 3 times in this video, which is usually 30. So always room for improvement, always looking for constructive criticism. Hope you have a great day. I already went with my friend Nicole, morning Nicole, and worked out with her, went to Kroger and got my Kroger pickup, and I tidied up the house, did the laundry. I went through all the papers on my, you know, you have a pile of stuff, and sometimes just cleaning that up feels like a huge achievement. So I did that this morning, and I'm going to make some food now and go to a fun party later. So got a great day planned. I hope you do too. Shout out to me anything that you want to see change, different, stay the same. Subscribe, share, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.